Happening now, nearly 48,000.
48,000 University of California workers across the state are ready to walk off the job if their demands are not met.
Researchers, tutors, and teaching assistants have walked off the job.
They're asking for better working conditions and more money.
Students tell me they will continue holding strikes until their demands are met.
We want food on our plate. Shut it down! Shut it down!
So, this guy right here, his name is Matt.
My name is Matthew Ehrlich.
Where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, California.
And what do you specialize in?
My focus is on 19th century Spanish history, and I'm a seventh-year PhD candidate. University of California is the state's largest employer and the state's largest landlord. And so a lot of our demands, which were tied into a cost of living adjustment, were very closely tied to rent. We felt that if we raised our wages, it would provoke a sort of reckoning statewide with other employers. We do not make nearly enough to even afford rent, much less any of the other things that we need for life. The UC started out as a public university meant to educate Californians cheaply, and that was an enormously attractive and very socially just idea at the time. Over the course of 30 or 40 or 50 years up to the present, they moved steadily away from that and became more of a business. So even though I'm not expecting to make six figures as a graduate student, this is my job, and I do want to eat. and moreover, the rising tide floats all boats. If student workers raise, then faculty raises. Yeah, it's better than nothing, but it's certainly not what my colleagues and I went on strike for.
So this happened about a year and a half ago.
About
a year and a half.
We could go. Fuck with us and then we tweaking.
And I began to wonder, what's happening now? Is there an exploitation of workers in my local area? Well, of course, yes. I had to look no further than from the UC system to the Cal State University system. For broad strokes purposes, there are two main public university systems excluding community colleges, the UCs, University of California, and the CSUs, Cal States. What happened this time was the CSUs, all the teachers and faculty went on a 23 school-wide strike demanding a 12% uniform raise, 10 full semester paid parental leave, and few other quality of life adjustments. In the end, the union got a 5% increase, 10 weeks paid parental leave, and a few other small concessions. It was considered a huge win by the union, but I had to wonder, how much of a win is it really when you don't even get half of what you were going for? What I can't really make sense of is how the CSUs present themselves as this small little fledgling organization struggling to stay afloat in hard times, when just last year in 2023, a financial audit found an $8 billion budget surplus collected over years in students' tuition and government funding. Another thing that doesn't really make sense is in 2019, they had a $1.5 billion budget surplus as found by another audit. And in the span of 5 years, that budget surplus disappeared into a $1.5 billion deficit. If the CSU system is hurting, why would the top 28 earners, like the top 28 employees at the CSU system, make a total salary of $13 million with the chancellor, Mildred Garcia, making $795,000 in base salary alone, which is more than Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom combined. What's even worse is that the Cal State is planning on raising students' tuition year over year in percentage increases to adjust for this $1.5 billion deficit while still holding the $8 billion surplus. And students are just expected to have this faith and trust and have a perceived value in a piece of paper that they get at the end of a 4-year journey. when it's kind of hard to justify that now.
However, if you ask anybody here striking today, they say money is only a small part of what they're hoping changes.
Smaller class sizes and mental health. Mental health is my top priority with my students, and having more counselors is huge.
Unfortunately, this did not happen, and the agreement only acknowledged the need to have more counselors.
It's a crisis. Everybody here mostly is one step away from being homeless. And so it's our right to have a strike. We're asking for 12%. We need to have a living wage. We need more. Challenge is a system that is bloated. It works for very few.
We are ready and willing to come back to the bargaining table with the California Faculty Association. But we must work within our financial realities.